Right now on the first episode of the Penn State hockey story, get on the road, under the bleachers, go! To the heart of the country with our captain, on the ice and in the locker room, as the Cardiac Cats roar into the season. It is the fastest team sport in the world, and here it seems even faster. Hockey at Penn State is an awesome spectacle.
The goal, fires and scores!
The players are a reflection of our people.
Rolling puck down front, score!
With a DNA inscribed by the work ethic of all of those who came before, and inspired by the roar of the greatest student section in college hockey. Simple but elegant blue and white uniforms worn by players who always put the team first, and yet their game is complex. Perpetual motion, toughness and courage mixed with artistry and finesse.
Shot score!
And all of their work has brought them here, to the intersection of evolution and immortality.
7 seconds in, what a start!
Minute by minute, day by day, Penn State hockey is chasing history. Their journey is our reward. This is passion. This is pride. This is the Penn State hockey story. When Pagula is rocking in January, it's because of what has been forged in the fall and even before. This year, many newcomers are expected to carry on Penn State's exceptional standards. Dedication by the staff is a year-round endeavor to continue building on a glorious history, pushed to success by all the right people.
Here you go! KJ is awesome. Tons of energy always. I don't know how. One thing I like about her is that her attention to detail is so small. She just pushes us to be our best. It's really special.
KJ is our beam of sunlight, I would say. She always has a smile on her face. She makes working out, even though her workouts are terribly brutal, she makes it fun for us, and she definitely gets us better. I mean, every year I come back here, I break my personal records, and what she's doing works. She's really the best.
The Nittany Lions' on-ice success incubates in a cauldron of brotherhood.
That's the biggest choke.
Yeah. This is good content right there. Can't beat it.
What this Nittany Lion team does when the stands are empty and no one is watching makes them winners when the place is packed and everyone is watching. Each season is a learning process, building blocks in preparation for the battles that lie ahead. For the freshmen and transfers, it's all new. Even for the veterans, they have to adapt to new teammates and the ever-changing nuances of the game. And they have one of the best coaching staffs in the sport to get them to where they want to be.
A beep test is your nose on the goal line. On the beep, you don't move until the beep. You get up, you skate down to the end, you make sure both knees touched on the other side of the goal line, and you skate back. You got to make it before you hear the next beep.
Playing hockey is fun. Training to play hockey at its highest collegiate level is difficult. But the Penn State staff makes even this arduous task interesting and meaningful. It requires sacrifice, but this group is willing to do what it takes, no matter how exhausting, to live up to the success of the past and prepare for the successes of the future. It has always been the culture of Penn State hockey.
Oh, hell on it.
It's good. It's good mental toughness.
Penn State coach Guy Gadowski begins his 12th season with the Nittany Lions, taking them to Long Island University for the first time and first test of the season. Winter lies ahead, but in the autumn, while leaves fall, the ice sport renews itself. And it's a team that must renew itself as well. It's a different group than the one that missed the Frozen Four last spring by one overtime goal. The top 4 scorers from that squad must be replaced. An evolving roster, including new NHL draft choices joining those who went before. And the expectations for the standard of excellence that have always existed in Hockey Valley never changes. And the circle of Penn State hockey life goes on.
We set the tone right now for playing for each other, playing for the team. Changes are hard. Everybody's skating, no line.
Last season, Penn State was a perfect 10-0 in non-conference games, and with experience between the pipes, intended to keep that streak going against the Sharks.
Penn State's in the visiting blues. Nittany Lion logo on the front, white numerals on the back, white nameplate, blue lettering. Penn State at LIU to start a new season. The teams meet at center ice for the opening puck drop.
First game, new season, with mid-season intensity from the opening face-off. And the Nittany Lions' diligence would pay off in the waning seconds of the first period, with 2 newcomers combining for the first one.
A bad scramble there, and Penn State controls. One-timer, Pallison, redirect, score! Matt DeMarsico! Matt DeMarsico with his first career goal. It's the first of the new year, and Penn State has a 1-0 lead in a frenetic sequence to end the first.
They struck again in the final minute of the second period.
Kept it alive at the end boards. Genev out front. Kerwin hurries. He scores! Kerwin, one touch, buries it, ties it at 2.
Backed by their traveling fan base, Penn State's special teams sparkled. Perfect on the penalty kill, while the revamped power play won the game when LIU left the door open in the third period.
Dealt it off for Genev. Taps it across Kerwin. Kerwin from the far circle. Lets it fly. Score! Dylan Lucas out front redirects it in. And Penn State takes a 3-2 lead. It is Mr. Clutch.
Ranked 16th in the preseason polls, the new Nittany Lions started the season off on the right skate with a 3-2 come from behind win.
Unbelievable back check at the end of the shift. Dying, came back, stripped the guy, got the puck deep. And this is playing for the team. We talked about changes, but that really is an indication. Last minute of the game. Awesome, man. Great.
This Penn State hockey story brings us to St. Louis, Missouri, the home of senior defenseman Christian Berger. The youngest of 5 boys, all of which played college hockey. The 3 D1 players all played for head coach Guy Gadowski. Their success stems from their competitiveness, as we witnessed this summer.
How's it going? How are we? This is our house. We're the Bergers. Welcome to St. Louis.
Christian and I are living here for the summer, first time in a while, so show you a little behind the scenes. Excited to show you guys what's going on.
This is where they shoot pucks. It's very makeshift. It's an old house. We didn't have anything fancy. You'll go to, it's a mess, but just go look.
I think that net is like 20 years old.
Our oldest brother.
And shot down here all the time, and then I think like I didn't like to do it. I thought it was boring. I'd play outside like roller, and then when I got into high school, my shot was terrible, so I'm like, I got to get down there.
Low left. Oh. Yeah. Low left.
Yeah, baby. For the win.
Between the blue and the black. That's it. Wow, 1 W on the day.
How you feeling?
Pretty good. Local high school's got a nice track. We come out here to do our track work.
Know the game, no guesses. Know they won't forget us. Form a roll like dominoes, they wanna get that precious.
Afternoon gets pretty toasty.
I just do my own thing. I don't care what they think. All the way, no pressure. No, my taste is special. When the light goes, let the night go, light the highs forever.
Played tennis last week, 7-game series. I beat Chase in the 7th game, which is not easy to do.
The doors say you know me like sesame, they'll let you ride in. You can skip all the rules. Don't need a mirror.
He's got no backhand. 0 backhand. Hit his backhand hard. Crash the net. Good volley. And it's not easy to beat this guy, so I'd like to win.
That's a tough way to win.
Back to the drawing board.
Oh. Who's good? You guys want to go to lunch?
Yeah, so this is where we went to high school. Christian, well, our whole family, all of our brothers went here. My dad went here, his brothers. I think there's a photo of my dad from like 1,000 years ago. A little bit of an afro going. This guy, he was our coach too. So this guy, he doesn't even know how to skate. My dad, claim to fame right there. Assistant captain, I didn't know he was that.
That's up there. That's it. Bang. Very bad basketball. Christian jumps. Didn't go in. Right here. I'm just standing here.
And I try to smack it to my partner. That's here. And like that.
Left
My
elbow.
elbows.
Left
He was
elbow.
also running into it.
Standing there like a bison.
Camp. We went to school at SLU. We used to play here in high school against different teams. It's our home rink. We used to practice here all the time. It was really fun.
What's your favorite goal you ever scored at Penn State?
I don't know, I scored that one against Notre Dame way off the goalie's head. That was nice.
Chase Berger, a ridiculous shot.
I tied the game against Michigan State this year late, which is pretty cool, but I'm not as much of a goal scorer.
Berger's shot, score!
I've known the Berger boys since they were about 5 or 6 years old. So the Bergers, they're from St. Louis, Missouri, and they all ended up going to SLU High. I was lucky enough to coach Christian his junior year. We won a state championship that year. He had a clutch goal. We attract competitive kids, and the Bergers are at the top of that list.
It was just like one big adventure after another, and they didn't start to play hockey because we thought they were going to play college hockey. We just wanted them to have a high school sport, and so they played tennis and soccer, and I was always telling them, like, don't tell your coach what you were doing before this, just they don't need to know. And it was fun. It was really fun. And then college was just this big extension of a big adventure. I'm just grateful. I am grateful, and I'm grateful that Guy Kadowski took a chance on him way back when, and then, you know, that we found out about Penn State. We've loved every second of it, and we're going to make it one great last year.
It was Berger who has 3 points now for Penn State right as the net came unhinged.
Hockey families like the Bergers never know where the road ends, but they love the journey. Memories become pictures on the wall, but failures and successes become their character.
So yeah, it's our grandparents' house. We skate out there every once in a while, and then they live like 2 minutes away, so we'll pop in and say hey. They like knew nothing about hockey before us, and now they're like diehards. My grandpa watches all my games in Germany.
They all got their wall of fame, I guess you want to call them.
Jack played professionally. Chase still does in Europe, and Christian is aiming for big things for his senior year at Penn State. But the best games and memories for all 5 brothers are still with each other.
First he started, he was in a chair leaning over backwards, broke his leg. And who got hit by the car? You did?
I
did get hit by a car.
He still had to go to school, though.
Oh, sure.
It was
He always goes to
ridiculous.
school.
And this family's actions and values mirror everything great about Penn Staters.
They're good kids.
Shut up, Al.
They are. Like, they're all smart. They're all really good at hockey. Danson did a good job of raising very successful boys, but they're very humble in the way that they approach life and everything they do. They're the type of guys that are all on the first line, but they befriend the guys on the fourth line. That's what the Berger boys do.
The second weekend of the young season had Penn State on the road again for 2 games. First to Potsdam, New York to play a Clarkson team they had beaten 3 out of 4 times in the past. The Lions are always more than comfortable when playing on the road, but especially so when Clarkson borrowed a Penn State tradition.
We do the whiteout!
Liam Solier was again stellar in goal, and again, Penn State would light the lamp first.
Niev holds it. He spins it for Kerwin. Kerwin along the near side. He shoots. Save. Loose in front. And it bounces in. It's Mack who puts Penn State in front.
Simon Mack certainly doesn't believe in Friday the 13th bad luck.
Good pass off pad by Kurz. Just driving the net, hit my skate.
It's always big to score first, especially on the road. And with 4 new forward line combinations to start the season, Penn State actually started to look quite at home.
Forward comes Dylan Lugris. Lugris far side, he centers, shot, and Penn State scores! It's Christian Sarlo on a break, 2-0 Nittany Lions, 12:40 to go in the second. A Clarkson turnover results in a Lugris pass, finding Sarlo for the goal. Far point, Kerwin. Kerwin takes the shot and scores! 3-0 Nittany Lions, a power play goal for Ryan Kerwin. Traffic in front of Roden, and Kerwin nets it.
The Nittany Lions built a 3-0 lead and now at power play goals proved to be the game winner in each of their first 2 contests because the Golden Knights provided some pushback. Solier was strong in goal, protecting the lead until his guys ensured the win.
Chase McLean, McLean in on net, he scores!
Penn State's 43 shots were way too many for Clarkson to handle in a 4-2 Nittany Lions win. But there was no rest for the road-weary Warriors, with the next stop being historic Appleton Arena for a game against the St. Lawrence Skating Saints. For the first time in the young season, Penn State gave up the first goal, but it wouldn't matter.
And they've got a 2-on-1. Near side, Dick slams on the brakes, dishes, Bucco shoots and scores! It's Jock Bucco!
Bucco was a former Vermont captain and the kind of grad transfer Coach Guy Godowski looks for, with leadership skills that fit right in with the Penn State way of doing things. A way that was about to give them the lead.
Lampa, one-time drive, and they score! It's Jared Crespo from the near circle, and they take the lead on a rocket from Crespo.
The power play now had a game winner in each of the first 3 games.
Nakins loses sight of the puck along the near side boards, and now Geniev might be breaking. Near side high dot, he shoots with Kerwin. It's Ryan Kerwin, he scores! Geniev dishes, and Kerwin from the left circle beats Ben Cross, 3-1 Nittany Lions.
With goals in all 3 of Penn State's games to start the season, Kerwin would net the Big Ten's 3rd Star of the Week award, and a Nits empty netter sealed the deal.
It's an open net, and Penn State scores! Alex Servagno from the left-hand side. Penn State makes it 4-1 on an empty netter.
Woo! Woo! That's 2!
That's a good start to the year. Good road swing there. Let's go home and win a few more.
We had a slow start, but then we found a lead in the second, and we ran away with it in the third, played in our best period.
After winning their first 3 games on the road, the Nittany Lions returned to Hockey Valley for the first of 6 straight home games at Pagula, the first 2 against American International.
Nice, Dieter. Thank you, Shader. You look good right now.
October 20th, Friday night in Pagula. Big game, first game at home. Everyone's excited. Should be fun.
Definitely very exciting. First home game for me and all the freshmen, so definitely very excited to get on the ice and play my first game here.
And the fans were just as excited and lined up to prove it.
I'm anticipating a loud atmosphere. That's what I've been hearing from all the guys, so I'm very excited to see that.
This is unbelievable. It never, you know what? Every year it's incredible. Every year, they're awesome. Thanks for coming. Have a great time. Hey, thank you for coming. This is awesome. Thank you for coming. Good to see you. How are you?
It says a lot about the program when the head coach leads the welcoming committee for the fans.
Start the fight, establish playing fast. No matter what, you have a great deal of anticipation. If you saw, there was hundreds of students lined up outside the rink at 5:30 today. So it was just, they're jacked, which means we're jacked, and it's going to be awesome. And you're right, I love coming out, all of us do. You come out of the tunnel and you look to the right to see how they're doing, and it's just a wonderful thing.
And it has been the most special place to play in college hockey for a decade, drawing over 1 million fans with the highest percentage of capacity in the country.
Go, go, go! Freeze! Penn State has numbers near side Lampa. Lampa at the end of a shift. Lampa, Kerwin shot, score! Ryan Kerwin, the first goal of the season here in Pagula Ice Arena, and it brings the crowd to life.
Kerwin's 4th straight game with a goal tied the school record to start the season, but the Yellow Jackets would score twice to take a 2-1 lead into the 3rd period.
Sliding block by Manson front. Puck comes to Sarlo. Shot, score! It's big! He scores! It's a power play goal! His first of his collegiate career, and he ties it at 2. Pagula explodes!
A draft pick of the Nashville Predators, freshman Aiden Fink's first goal as a Nittany Lion set up drama for late in the 3rd period.
Berger again, Palisig, wrist shot, score! Penn State
Penn State held AIC to just 12 shots on goal, a new school record, coming from behind in the 3rd period to win 3-2. Their 21st straight non-conference win, and for the 2nd straight season, the Nittany Lions were off to a 4-0 start. After splitting home games with Anchorage, Alaska, sophomore Noah Grannon would start in goal for the Big Ten opener against Notre Dame. If the past told you anything, you could expect close, hard-fought games. 8 of Notre Dame's 14 previous visits to Pagula were decided by 1 goal or less, as 5 of the games went to overtime.
Near point, Palisig. Palisig throws it, deflected, score! Geniev in front! Danny Geniev gets the redirect. Penn State ties it at 1.
It was the 4th straight game Geniev had scored, and now special teams proved critical as the teams exchanged 2nd period power play goals.
Penn State controls on the power play. Palisig knifing in, shot goes wide. They score! Dylan Lugris! Power play goal. He got the loose puck and sends it past Bischel. Penn State ties it at 2 with 7 minutes to go in the 2nd period. Penn State, here comes Lampa. Lampa driving to that, he scores! Xander Lampa with a power move to the front of the net. Penn State leads it 3-2 late in the 2nd.
Eric, not many guys can make Ryan Bischel look like that.
game ended in typical Penn State Notre Dame fashion in a 3-3 tie, with the Irish getting an extra Big Ten point in the shootout. A disappointed Dylan Lugris would not need long to get his revenge. No less than 6 Big Ten teams have been ranked in the top 20 since the preseason poll, including these two. And they were ready to show once again how every inch of conference ice is worth battling for.
Nittany Lions through center, right to left. It's a 3-on-3 into the attacking zone. Fink dragging through the slot, fires. He scores! Aiden Fink with a snipe from the slot, and Penn State is on the board.
Following the philosophy of their head coach, the Lions continued to throw rubber at the Notre Dame net until they came back from a 2-0 hole.
Battles far half-boards. Genev unable to settle it down. Now into his skates. Lassos it in. Into the slot. He patrols and fires. Save made. Scramble there. Loose. Step out. Scramble. Score! Tie game! Tie game! It's tied at 2!
In all, Penn State fired 50 shots on goal, and it was too much for the Irish to handle. Dylan Lugris had scored for the 3rd straight game.
Score! Who else but Dylan Lugris able to stuff it in and knot it up?
For the 2nd straight night, no one scored in overtime, and again, it was back to a shootout.
So here's the 3rd round. This is a big one. Xander Lampa, 3 points last night through the neutral zone, far wing, left-handed shot atop the far circle. Now jets the goal. Lampa weaves, waits, fires. He scores! Xander Lampa in the shootout converts! And the Nittany Lions are a Liam Soulier stop away from a win. Between the rings, fires. He missed it. Penn State wins it.
A back-to-back split of hard-fought shootout wins, as good as college hockey can be. The Nittany Lions would play their next 4 Big Ten games in the state of Michigan, starting with a matchup against the Spartans of Michigan State. At Munn Arena last season, both games between these two went to overtime, and it's almost as if they knew extra effort would be required again.
Oh! Guys, work hard!
Noah Grannon got the start in net, and Michigan State would score first. In fact, for much of the first 2 periods, the Nittany Lions were frustrated and fell behind 3-0. But one thing these guys have learned already in the young season is that blue-collar work ethic can erase mistakes, and dividends will be paid when you continue to struggle and sweat.
Back out into the far side circle, there is Bucco. Bucco, right side circle, throws one high. It goes off the shoulder of Augustine. Top of the slot, fires and scores! Tyler Paquette, in his first action of the season, finds the back of the net for Penn State, and they're on the board at the end of the 2nd period. It's 3-1.
For the 2nd straight game, the Nittany Lions faced a 2-goal deficit in the 3rd period. For the 2nd straight game, they erased it.
Nittany Lions win the draw in the near side circle. Back to the Big Ten logo. A shot fired down. It's in. They score. Penn State gets the shot from down. A redirect right in front. And it sneaks its way past Augustine. Looked like Lampa might have been the one that got a piece of it.
Lampa's goal was one of 40 shots the Nittany Lions mustered, and their relentless balanced attack brought them all the way back.
A redirect pass from DeMarsico that goes high up off the glass directly behind the back of Augustine, who looks over his left shoulder at the puck. It sneaks back out, ripping a shot, and scores! Matt DeMarsico, his 2nd goal of the year, evens it for Penn State with 2:27 remaining in the 3rd period.
A big part of the future, DeMarsico is part of the freshman class that is delivering at present as well. The Nittany Lions would force overtime and for the first time in the team's history would go to a shootout for a third straight game. Again, Michigan State jumped in front in the battle for the extra point. But there can be no better example of Nittany resilience than they exhibited throughout this game.
Side circle, bringing it back forward, goes into the backhand, throws it high, and count it!
Xander Lampa is now 2 for 2 in shootouts for the season. Meanwhile, Noah Grannon stopped the last 16 shots he faced over the last 25 minutes in the game, and he wouldn't be beaten again in the shootout.
Kerwin takes it at the red line. Back into the slot he comes. Gets it past him and scores! Ryan Kerwin! It's the shootout winner for Penn State. They take the shootout and the extra point.
The Cardiac Cats had done it again, tearing one away from the 11th ranked team in the country.